Hey everyone, thought I'd share a video as I'm working on the build to rent model, and I think this will translate to some degree to the resale market. One of the ways you make money is for me on the build side, is building it for less than the actual value. And the same thing for those on the resale market. To get that captured equity is to be able to buy it under market or buy it, do a remodel, and create equity in the property so that it's worth more than the cost of the purchase and the renovation. And thought I would share a couple of things on that type of topic. And I want to give some examples to this. So recently built a single family house, and this translates to that types of investment property. So I built a single family house, and I do look at the median price in that area. And this is a subdivision. And when you have a lot of data, it really gives you solid information. So this data, I took the last 6 months of sales. I do not look at list price. I look at sales price. That's what the market was willing to pay. And I look at sales price. And looking at that, I have 85 points of data. And I always look at median, not average, because the upper end can distort the typical sales price. I do look at the median sales price, and the median sales price on these properties, for some specific examples, median square footage on these properties is 1,671 square feet at $295,000 sales price, which comes in at $176 a square foot. So when I'm looking at it, I'm definitely wanting to be under that median price, but I want to build it actually a little bit smaller square footage than the median, because the median is pulling up the prices of those that are a little bit smaller. But the same thing, those built larger are getting pulled down by the median. So I want to take advantage of being pulled up by the median price. So this one, the recent one I built it at $203,000. It was 1,340 square feet, and it appraised at $262,000, about $195 a square foot. And when I've seen sales over the years, and in my background, I was a real estate broker and have sold almost 2,000 properties over the last 12 years. I also do manage properties here in Dallas-Fort Worth area. And so when I look at that, I'm looking at opportunity to create equity in my build. And of course, it appraised at $262,000. Now I've got 2 more builds being done now, and those ones at 1,340 and ones at 1,412, and they appraised recently at $272,000 based off the build price. So what I'm doing is looking for those opportunities to create captured or forced equity. And I do look at the data with median sales price in that area. And if you've got enough data, that can show you some opportunities to create that forced equity. The same thing goes on the resale market. If you're looking to buy in an area, a lot of times you're going to probably have to get this from an agent off the MLS and have them pull the data of what the median sales price is in that area, what the median square footage is. The opportunities are on the sales price is buying it. I do like to be, as we've heard Chip and Joanne say, be the ugliest house on the best street. I would say also the smallest house on the street. You're going to have more opportunities to be pulled up in value by the median. So as you're looking on the resale market, you're looking at how many thousands below the median price. What is the square footage in comparison to the median square footage? Also, when you're going to do the remodels, if it needs remodels or being refinished, if it's less square footage, it's also a little bit less usually in fixing it up. So in the proportion of, okay, if we've got flooring, the smaller the square footage, you have less cost. But you want to be similar in comparable. If most of that area is 3-bedroom, you want to have a 3-bedroom house. I'm looking at those data points, even on the build price. I'm looking at what that median price is and getting that captured equity This last one was over 50,000, and the next one, these next two builds with the recent appraisal on them is over 50,000. And it's because of those principles of looking at the data. Those ones that are a little bit smaller are getting pulled up closer to that median price. The same thing, if you're buying the biggest house in the subdivision or in the area, your price is being pulled down by the median. And I don't want those pressures. I want the pressures of pulling me up in the values on my property. So I thought I'd just share that principle and what I'm doing in the builds. I'm looking at those median prices and median size property of square footage and want to be slightly below that and get that forced equity of being pulled up by the median. So I thought I'd share that today, is just a thought of how to have that one principle and opportunity and what I've looked at in the data over the years. And it sure helped me, and I thought this might help you, and wanted to share that today.